What is going on YouTube? It's your boy NevinTheBarber, and in today's haircut tutorial I'm going to be covering a low drop fade with curls. So to get right into today's haircut tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and set in my first initial guideline with my Stylecraft Saber trimmers, followed by no guard with the lever all the way open on the new Rebel 2.0 clippers. As you guys can see, I'm taking this guideline up, going up about another inch right above my previous guideline with the trimmers. And I'm just making sure that this guideline is nice and consistent all around my client's head before moving on to the next guideline. So now that I have that step complete, I'll go ahead and use the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way closed to create another 1-inch guideline right above my previous section. And to save myself time from using the number 4, the number 3, and the number 2 guard, I'm going to go ahead and do some clipper over comb to blend up into the parietal ridge as well as the occipital bone. And my client still did want to keep most of the bulk on the sides, which is why I'm still leaving the majority of the curls on the parietal ridge and the occipital bone. I'm just getting a more cleaner transition into the bulk. But if you guys are wondering why I didn't cut all of that bulk off, my client did want to maintain most of the bulk on the sides as well as the back. So now that I have that third guideline blended up into the crown area, I'm going to go ahead and come in with my half guard with the lever all the way open to start blending the 0.5 into the 1.5. So essentially all I'm really doing here with my fading system is I'm putting my guidelines going up and then I'm coming back down, erasing each guideline. So it's a pretty self-explanatory system. I did create this fading system myself, and I can honestly say after years of practicing this method, it's not only fast and efficient, but I would personally say it's one of the easiest fading techniques out there. At the end of the day, there's really no right or wrong way to do a fade. You guys just have to find a system that works for you. But like I said, I personally think this is one of the fastest and easiest methods to use. I also like using this system a lot because it does work on every hair texture. But you guys can see that I went ahead and blended out that middle guideline. And I'm just coming back with my 1.5 guard lever all the way open to come and flick out any last dark areas that I see on the top of my fade. And just be patient with it. Some of your clients are going to have different hair texture and different hair density. In this case, my client did have really thick hair, which is a little bit harder to blend out. But like I said, if you guys use this system correctly, you should be able to get a nice clean transition as well. And if you guys are new to my channel, I do drop weekly barber tutorials. So feel free to comment letting me know what you guys want to see next, and I will try my best to get that tutorial out for you guys. I am on the road to 300,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of my subscribers who does tune in and show love to my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. And I also want to give you guys a heads up that I just did recently drop my online barber academy. So if there's any of you guys out there, struggling with mastering your fades, as well as learning how to market your haircuts, record your haircuts, edit your haircuts, and even post them, getting the right cover photos and whatnot, I just dropped my online barber academy that goes into depth on all of those things. I also teach you guys how to monetize your content to get another source of income, as well as getting brand deals and sponsorships. So, if you feel stuck in your career and are just ready to take your career to the next level, this academy is perfect for you guys. I also do tune in with all of my students every week with a one-on-one coaching call. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you, the link to enroll is in my YouTube bio. And right here, you guys can see that I'm just attacking that last guideline using no guard lever all the way closed, just blending the 00 up into the 0.5. And this is another reason why I really like my fading technique, because you guys won't find yourself struggling in the middle of the haircut, you know, pushing your fade too high or not knocking out each guideline. Each step that I show you guys really does, you know, serve its own purpose in the haircut. So if you guys do all these steps properly, you should get a nice clean blend for yourself. And if it is, you know, your first time trying out this fading technique, let me know how it worked out for you guys in the comments. I do appreciate any feedback that I get. And right here with the half guard, I'm just going back and polishing my blend. I always like to go back and take an extra 5 to 10 minutes just to detail my haircut. Not only will your guys' client appreciate it, but this will increase your chances of retainment on getting that client back in your chair. And if you guys do want to save any money on any of these clippers that I'm using here in this tutorial, feel free to use my discount code NEVIN10 on the Stylecraft or Gamma website. I'll be sure to leave the links in the description for you guys if you do want to check them out and save some money. And now to move on with the hairline, I went ahead and clipped up my client's curls. That way there's no flyaways in the way. And you guys can see that I'm really just tapping my client's hairline using the corner of my blade on these trimmers right here. And I do have these trimmers zero gapped as well, which made this specific step a lot easier for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply some semi-permanent enhancement to my client's hairline just to give it that extra pop. Always remember, when using enhancements, they're really just used to enhance the hairline and make the haircut pop. You guys don't want to go overboard with them. I've seen barbers, you know, applying the enhancements in the fade, and it just looks a little bit crazy when you go overboard with the enhancements. So, I mean, it's in the word itself, enhance. So just use these to enhance the cut and give it that extra pop. You guys can see what a difference it made after applying the enhancements. And now with my razor blade, I'm gonna go ahead and use my straight edge Turkish razor just to make that hairline pop even more, cutting all those little baby hairs up against the grain. If you all do want to purchase this razor from me, feel free to message me on Instagram and I will get you guys squared away. I do highly recommend these Turkish razors because they're very light and you can just pop the razor blades right in. So now that I have my razor work complete, I'm gonna go ahead and do some shears over comb with my NevinTheBarber shears. And I'm just rolling that comb off of my client's parietal ridge. As you guys can see, it's very important that you guys roll the comb off of the parietal ridge bone as well as the occipital bone when you get to the back, only because you don't want to cut up into the bulk when doing this step. You're really just, you know, trying to get a nice seamless transition up into the bulk. And that's why I really like to use shears when it comes to this specific step, because sometimes the clippers can leave more of a choppier look when, you know, detailing and polishing your blend. So this is why I like to use my shears. And now that I have the left side of my client's blend complete, I'll go ahead and do the same exact steps on the right side of my client's head. So I'll first start with my Stylecraft Saber trimmers. And it's very important that you guys drop this guideline beneath the occipital bone on the back of your client's head. That way the blend stays beneath that occipital bone, because the moment that the fade goes above that bone on the back of your client's head, it's now considered a mid to a high fade. So just keep that in mind if you are a beginner barber, you know, trying to figure out where to put your guidelines. If you're doing a low fade or a drop fade, always be sure to drop that first initial guideline beneath the occipital bone in the back. And now I'm using the 1.5 guard, going up about another inch right above my previous guideline. So you guys can see the 3 guidelines that I have. I have my 00, my 0.5, and now my 1.5. And I'm blending out my 1.5 guideline by doing clipper over comb, using that same guard with the 1.5. And if you guys haven't tried using the 1.5 guard while doing clipper over comb, it's honestly a game changer, especially for beginners, because you won't cut too much of the hair, you know, as opposed to doing clipper over comb with no guard. So feel free to try this out and let me know how it works out for you guys. I personally think it's a very easy step to do. And like I said, it saves you guys from using the number 4, the number 3, and the number 2 guard. And now with my half guard all the way open, I'm going to start attacking that middle guideline, blending the 0.5 into the 1.5. So with the half guard all the way open, it's technically considered a number 1. And I'm just going to gradually start closing my lever as needed to flick out that middle guideline and erase any dark areas that I see. And just do lever play. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, all of your clients are going to have different hair textures, different hair densities, and even different growth patterns. So you really want to pay attention to that when it comes to blending out, you know, each guideline. You want to angle the clipper in the direction that the hair is growing out of the scalp. And right here, I went ahead and put my 1.5 guard on with the lever all the way open, just to flick out a couple last dark areas that I see. And always remember, when it comes to doing a fade, the blend happens from the 1.5 down to the 00. So if you guys are trying to detail your fade with the number 2 guard or the 3 guard, it's really not gonna do anything to the fade. It might cut some of the hair, you know, when it comes to debulking, but the actual fade is gonna happen between the 1.5 and the 00. So just keep that in mind when you guys are doing your haircuts. And right here, I'm lining up my client's hairline as well as his C-cups. I always like to do the edge up before erasing the last guideline. I personally feel like it gives the hairline a lot more pop, as opposed to, you know, erasing that last guideline and then doing the hairline. But that's just what works for me personally. Like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. At the end of the day, you guys just have to find a system that works for you. I personally use this same haircut system on all of the haircuts that I do, regardless of what haircut it is, whether that's a taper, a burst fade, drop fade, high fade, buzz cut. I like to use this same exact system on all of my haircuts. As I mentioned before, not only is it fast and efficient, but I personally just, you know, think that it leaves the haircut nice and clean with that blurry photoshopped transition. And finally, with no guard lever all the way closed, I'll begin attacking this last guideline right here, blending the 00 into the 0.5. And this is the only time where I start with the lever closed, and I'll gradually open the lever one notch at a time to flick out any last dark areas that I see. But like I said, this is a pretty self-explanatory system right here. Once you guys get the hang of this system, it's really, really easy to apply on any haircut that you guys are trying to do. And not only that, like I said, you guys are gonna find yourself saving a lot of time. And in this industry specifically, time is definitely money. If you guys can, you know, reduce the time when it comes down to the haircuts, you guys are gonna save a lot of money and probably be able to cut more heads at the end of the day. But if you guys have learned anything in this tutorial so far, please be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, I really do appreciate any feedback that I get, and I do appreciate all of my subscribers who tune into my videos. So now that I have this step complete, I'm just gonna come back and polish up this fade using my NevinTheBarber shears. And if you guys do want to purchase these shears from me, feel free to message me on Instagram at NevinTheBarber, and I will get you guys squared away. Like I said, they are made of the highest quality Japanese forged J2 steel. And same thing on the other side, just polishing up this haircut one more time. It's always important that you guys take those extra 5 to 10 minutes to detail your haircuts. But that is about it for today's low drop fade haircut. Once again, if you guys learned anything in this tutorial, Please be sure to hit the like button, drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.